Welcome to Resident Evil 3, it's Abyss, and in this video, I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks that I wish I knew earlier. Now remember to hit that like button and subscribe to help support the channel. Alright, so let's talk about some tips and tricks in Resident Evil 3. First up is the perfect dodge. To dodge, you will need to press the R1 on the PlayStation, right bumper on the Xbox, spacebar on the PC. To do a perfect dodge, you will need to time it just right. You will notice a white flash and the time will slightly slow down when you do a perfect dodge. I recommend practicing one-on-one with a zombie. What you are looking for is two things. First, the zombie will extend their arms out towards you, and second, it will make a growl noise. As soon as both happens, you want to press the dodge button. Here's an example of a perfect dodge slow down. So you can hear the zombie make a noise as soon as I dodge. From personal experience, if you dodge as soon as the arm is extended out, you will most likely be dodging a little too soon. Waiting for the arms to extend out along with that growl noise has helped me learn how to do a perfect dodge. As a bonus, after performing a perfect dodge, quickly draw your weapon for an easy headshot. If you have a knife equipped, then you can quickly slash the zombie. Next, I want to talk about changing the action prompt input to hold instead of tap. So to do this, you need to go into the menu, select Options, select Controls, then Control Settings, scroll down to Action Prompt Input Type, and change it to Hold. Whenever a zombie grabs a hold of you, all you have to do is hold the action button down that shows up on the screen instead of tapping. This will make your life easier. Here's a quick example of that. Next is to bait zombies. This is something that was useful in Resident Evil 2 and definitely still useful to use in 3. So if you're having trouble with the perfect dodge, then you can bait zombies. What you're looking to do is get close enough to the zombie and they will extend their arms out towards you. Once they lunge at you, quickly move out of the way. This will give you a quick couple seconds to get past them. This is helpful if you're low on ammo or still learning the perfect dodge. Next is the Indestructible Survival Knife. In Resident Evil 3, the survival knife has changed. In Resident Evil 2, the knife has a durability gauge and a counterattack when a zombie grabs you. In Resident Evil 3, the knife is indestructible and can be used as much as you want. Here is a couple tips. Okay, so first is the knife parry. So when you hold the knife out with the L2 and just do a regular R2 attack, it's just a regular stab like I'm showing you right now. To do a knife parry, you're going to hold the knife out again with the L2, but it's going to be a different movement. You're going to press back on the left stick, your movement stick, and then you're going to attack with the R2. So as you're pressing back, you're pressing the R2. So right now when a zombie reaches his arm out towards me, that's when I'm pressing back and then R2. You'll notice that the movement is different. It's almost like a backhand, basically with the knife. And if you're doing this right when a zombie is reaching out towards you, you will parry the zombie's attack and do a backstab at the zombie. Let me show you a quick example of this. Slow down. Next one is leg shots. Now I never do headshots because maybe I want to backtrack through the area and I want to take out those zombies, and later on I do so and the zombie's up and walking around. So what I like to do is I like to shoot 3 or 4 shots into the leg, and then the zombie will be grounded and crawling around on the ground. A little bit easier to manage a zombie when it's on the ground versus walking around. Now that we have the indestructible knife, when you shoot the zombie 3 or 4 times in the leg, it'll be crawling around, and there's a good range that you have with that knife to stab the zombie in the head. This will save you bullets, and if you happen to go through that area again, at least the zombie will be on the ground crawling versus up and walking around. So I recommend shooting out the leg versus headshots to make the zombie a little bit more easier to manage. This will also save you bullets, and then you can easily take them out with the knife. Next, let's talk about Nemesis and a couple things he likes to do to stop you from running away, besides his infamous punch that will knock you on your ass. So one of them is he will grab you with his tentacle and drag you towards him. Next, he will jump in front of your path, followed by a nice left hook. I find it best to do a perfect dodge to get past him. And another one is similar to like a Black Canary scream. He will yell and stop you completely in your path. Next, let's talk about running away from Nemesis. What you want to look and listen for. So if you don't want to turn around, then you want to look for a shadow that may appear on the wall or ground. Next, his footprints will get louder the closer he gets towards you. So I recommend getting ready to dodge when you start to hear his footprints getting louder. Next, I want to talk about using the environment to stun Nemesis. So there's a couple things you can use. One of them is the generator that I just shot, and that'll do an electric pulse and stun him for a couple seconds, which makes it a little bit easier to getting past him. And nice thing about those generators is they recharge so you can use them over and over again. Next is the red explosive barrels. Just make sure you're not too close to them when you shoot them, but when Nemesis gets near those red barrels, shoot it, and that'll stun them a little bit longer than a generator. Those are a couple things you want to look for in the environment to stun Nemesis and slow him down so that you can get past them easier. Okay, so the next thing I want to share is how speedrunners will use the dodge when they're going up and down stairs. I don't know how much faster this actually is, but I've noticed a lot that when they're doing their speed runs, they will dodge as they're going up and down the stairs. So you might want to consider that if you're trying to get away from zombies. Alright, there you have it. Those are the tips and tricks in Resident Evil 3 Remake that I wish I knew earlier. If there's any other tips and tricks that you would like to add, then please leave them in the comments down below. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and I will see you next time.